Welcome everyone, Jack Gash here again today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for clicking on my video. So I wanted to make a video on the topic of where beginner meditators go wrong and how they mix things up and lose interest in meditation. So meditation is a practice. It's an ongoing process, and I'm still practicing now. I've been meditating for a good fair few years now. I don't keep record of it. That's not what meditation's about, but a fair few years now, and it's a really good practice for me. I have quite an active brain. From a young age, I didn't know how to direct it right. It's very, very active. Used to come out in bits of aggression, frustration, anxiety. Get very stressed. Can have a bit of explosive mood swings. I used to be able to. From very little encouragement. Oh my God, that is just how I used to be. And meditation's helped a lot with that. And what I've found is through talking to people, when I'm offer a meditation as a bit of a solution or a bit of an idea. Oh, I can't do that. I've got no chance of doing that. I've already tried it and it doesn't work. And there's a few common things that I hear with people, and it's that they think it's something and they think it's, oh, I'm meditating now. And it's like you have this epiphany, this moment where you're like, oh, I'm meditating. Oh, I've meditated. It's not how it really works in meditation. Meditation's a hard grey area because it's never really taught about in our culture that much. But the key ingredients to a good, successful meditation is every meditation practice is Groundhog Day. It starts again. Don't compare your last meditation to this one, and they should never coexist, because meditation is about entering the moment, entering the sense of being, entering what it is to be present. If you're going with the ideas that you had from your last practice, or an idea of what meditation is, or forming any judgment or opinion on what meditation is, when you come to practice it, if it doesn't fulfill that expectation, you feel like you haven't meditated. And that's where the issue is. People go into these practices and go into these areas of life with an expectation of how it should unfold and how they should feel, which is completely wrong, because to fully accept the experience and to fully understand the experience for what it's worth, you have to let the experience take place with no judgment, with no opinion, and with no expectation. So that's just a little ground starting thing. Groundhog Day, don't have expectation, don't have opinion, don't carry your last practice, and don't carry no judgment. And this will help you integrate a more successful meditation practice within your life. I do think meditation can be life-changing for many people. It can cure a lot of things, and it can help you gain a better relationship with your mind and your well-being. So that being said, the meditation itself. So many people say, I can't get my mind to stop. Now this is a big flag, because you're never going to be able to get your mind to stop. That's like trying to stop your eyes from working, from your teeth from working, from your hand from working. Would you want them to stop? No, you wouldn't. So why would you want them to stop when you're meditating? You see, the thing is, it's not about getting it to quieten the mind, stop the mind, confuse the mind. It's about focus and concentration. The moment of meditation is focusing on the breath. That is one anchor point that you can use. There's many, many ways of meditating. Many ways. Some people meditate without even knowing. Some people meditate while playing tennis, while playing cricket, while playing football. It's that point of focus. That point of focus where there's only one thing that you're focusing on. And that's what meditation is, at one point of focus. But if we're talking about the generic sitting down and breathing, the anchor point can be the breath. In and out. In and out, breathing. And when your mind starts to talk, when your mind wants to intervene, let it. This is what people and beginner meditators get wrong. Let your mind work. Don't try and stop it. You're trying to form a better relationship with your mind. So if you try and stop your mind from thinking certain things, from thinking certain thoughts, stop it from distracting you. Whatever you try and resist is going to grow stronger. And that is where the downfall is, because that's where people lose interest. I don't like meditating because I can't do it because I can't stop my mind. Don't try and stop it, number one. Number two, find your point of anchor, whether that be the breath, whether that be some music, whether that be a hang drum or anything, something that you can focus on and carrying on, that's a continuum that you can keep on coming back to. That's number 2. And number 3, once you've allowed the distraction, it's the coming back. It's the coming back to the focus. So if, for example, this is how meditation works. I'm focusing on my breath. Did I feed the dog? Did I lock the back door? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I remember to leave something out at work? Did I write that down in my diary? Oh, I've forgotten about my breath again. Okay. And that keeping on coming back, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's the coming back. It's the coming back. It's the coming back that is the practice. And the practice is bringing it back to the moment where you started, bringing it back to presence, bringing it back to the sense of being. Your breath gives you life. You couldn't survive without breath. So that's why it's such an integral part of meditation, because the breath is the breath of life. So when you concentrate and focus on this moment of breathing, you're taking life from noise, from sight, from smell, from hearing, from everything else, down to one point of focus. So it's experiencing life at a whole different level. Because we go through our lives breathing from the day we start, from the day we die, but we never become very conscious of it. We never become aware of it. It's just there and it's ongoing. You breathe throughout your day. You just go around and your body just functions for you. We never become conscious of this. And when we become conscious of this and conscious of how our mind works, conscious of our breath, conscious of the life that we have right here in this moment of where we are, that's when life starts to change. It's no longer about the senses. It's no longer about everything else. It's about this one. It's about this life that we have and not all that. We're all still a part of that. But the most important thing is how you enter this world. And how you enter this world is how you enter yourself and enter your internal space. That's how you can enter the world. If you don't enter your internal space, you don't enter yourself and don't understand and become conscious of this one, you just stumble through life and you eventually get there. Some people can get there, some people can't. You know, it's how life unfolds. But beginner meditators, if you're wanting to get into your practice, patience, persistence and progress. That's all it is. And every single time you sit down, even just to sit down and try and meditate is something, because you're taking a time out of your life, time out of your day to pay attention to you and your space and your energy. And the thing is, I feel like once I'd meditated for a while and I got to grips with how I work and what's best works for me, because that's what meditation is about, it's understanding yourself. I learned a lot more about myself. I learned a lot more about how my head works, how my compulsions work, how sometimes I can react to things. Also, I find for meditating for long periods of time, I find that I can sometimes come across trauma that I haven't let go of. I've come across situations that I haven't let go of, because your brain works off images and brain messages. So you get visions in your mind and pictures in your mind that trigger certain emotions, trigger certain memories. So there's been loads of times where I've come across breakups, things from even school, or all sorts of things that are still stored in there that I haven't let go. And once you've got down to that basis of your being and your centre, and you're finding these things that you still haven't let go of, it's amazing what you haven't let go of in your mind. And sometimes I see people that they haven't let go of what's happened last week, never mind what's happened, years ago. So it's still all in there. And that's how our brain works. So if you do want to understand more about your brain, more about your life, more about what it is to be a human vessel, try meditating. Try it out. Give yourself 5 minutes a day of just conscious awareness and breathing, and just entering the space that you are, Yes, this is a very spiritual video. Of course it is, because meditation is a spiritual practice. It's amazing. It's an amazing tool to enter in your higher self, I'd say. You operate at so many levels in your mind and form so many identities in your mind that once you step into presence and step into this awareness and this space, a new sense of self reborn. It's really quite peculiar, and that sense of self just carries on growing, ever changing, everlasting, and yeah, man. As I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. Make sure you take it easy. Make sure you do some flipping meditating. And I hope to see you in next week's video.